Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Tank Observers podcast. I'm your host, Jackson McCarty, as always joined by my co-host, Chris Spar. And Chris, what are we doing today?
Draft day dreams.
Yes.
The draft day is where dreams are made, and these are the dreams we have for the dreams that are going to be made on draft day.
Yes. And we've got a fun little twist to this. Obviously, it's not what we think will happen. It's what we want to happen. But I don't know Topher's. I have no clue what he has picked. He has no clue what I've picked. And so we're gonna see how this goes. I have a feeling that yours are probably gonna be a bit more wild than mine.
I am the spirit of chaos.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm actually gonna kick off because you mentioned your third one is insane. So I want that one to close.
It's pretty funny.
I want that one to close. So I'm gonna kick off, get the order going. Okay. My first one. New England trades either back in the first round or back into the first round and drafts Zaven Collins. And I'll explain that one.
It's not wild.
No, but it's not a wild one. But it's one of my dreams. Which it isn't.
It would be nice to see him there. I mean, outside linebacker, he'd be a great fit.
The most wild part about it is New England actually trading in the first round.
Well, New England actually drafting well would be the most wild part.
Which is exactly was my last point on this. He's such a New England guy. We said it, or at least I know I said it with Zach Bond last year, and it really applies to Zaven Collins just as well. They need a game changer as linebacker since KVN has left.
Yes,
it's very apparent that they're missing that spark.
You know who else would have also been a really good fit for New England? Alex Highsmith.
Yes, Alex Highsmith would have been a very good fit for them, but Zaven Collins gives them the opportunity to find that guy immediately. Zaven, somebody I've comped to KVN before. He has such a versatility. He can get at the quarterback and he can play coverage. If Bill Belichick wants to fix that growing draft record of not being able to really find talent in the draft, this is the way to do it. Dominic Easley, yeah.
So sad.
It was just so. It's been a struggle for him. N'Keal Harry, guys that just do not work out. And Zaven Collins is the type of player that he already knows exactly how to use.
He's used a lot of guys that are just like him, or they just fit that New England vibe. Like they're perfect for the unit.
Yes,
it's exactly what you want to see. You want to see him get a Zach Bond and Alex Highsmith. I think even Joseph Asai would be interesting. It wouldn't be a great fit, but I would like to see what he could do with a super athlete like that. Asai kind of reminds me of almost like a Team Davis Gaither with more of a rush aspect to his game. Sort of.
Yeah, I can kind of see that a little bit.
I mean, I could be completely off, but that's just what I'm seeing.
You're right. I can kind of understand that one. I don't have a lot of faith in Asai off the line, which part of my appeal to Gaither was he was a better coverage guy.
He was a better coverage guy. That's basically all he does. He only comes in and cover sets for the Bengals.
Exactly.
Because they're usually just running Pratt, Josh Bynes, and Logan Wilson. So he only comes in and cover sets, and that's when Josh Bynes gets off the field.
Yeah. But yeah, no, that's my first one. Topher, go ahead and reveal your first.
The 49ers trading up to second overall and taking Zach Wilson. I want to see Kyle Shanahan get his hands on such a pure QB prospect, because when I look at Zach Wilson, he is just such a raw QB talent.
Yeah,
he's so boring, and I feel like that'd be so much fun.
Zach Wilson?
I don't find him very exciting to watch. He makes big time throws, but he makes them look easy.
Yeah.
It's kind of like watching. Imagine if Aaron Rodgers wasn't Aaron Rodgers. What if Aaron Rodgers was Matt Ryan? You wouldn't care as much when he did cool stuff.
Yeah, I get it.
That's what I'm talking about. We all get super hyped. It's like, oh man, Trevor Lawrence highlight play.
Yeah.
When Zach Wilson makes a highlight play, they're like, yo, watch this throw. They don't call it a highlight play. They're like, oh, Zach Wilson made a deep ball.
Yeah, it's just what he does.
When Trevor Lawrence makes a ball, Trevor Lawrence escaped 3 rushers and cranked it down the field. No one gets like that when Zach Wilson does cool stuff.
I don't know, man. Once he started appearing on radars, he did start getting the that treatment, but it has dwindled a little bit towards the end.
Regardless, this trade would probably require maybe giving up a Reek Armstead and either 1 or 2 first rounders, maybe a couple seconds because you're getting
Yeah.
a second overall pick.
Yeah.
You're dropping the Jets back to 12. But there have been talks of the Jets perhaps moving back because now they have a new coach. They might want to commit to Darnold 1 more year.
Okay.
So I think the 49ers moving up, taking Zach Wilson, doing whatever they want to do with Jimmy Garoppolo. If they want to use him for a bridge year, if they want to trade him, cut him,
They
whatever.
gotta cut him.
I don't care.
They have to cut him.
Yeah,
Too much
he's
money.
So expensive.
So expensive.
But all of that, and I think Zach Wilson would be outstanding to watch on the 49ers. Plus, they have such a history of just handsome QBs.
Jesus.
What, you thought I was going to talk about Zach Wilson and not mention it?
That,
Dude,
I had a
Steve Young, Joe Montana.
Jimmy
Jimmy
G.
Garoppolo's name is literally Playboy Jimmy.
Yeah.
That's right, babe. So, like, it's such a fit. It's just exactly what I want to see. I think Deebo Samuel is primed to do something. Breakout year, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Either have a breakout year or stop being, like, so ridiculously average. Do one of them. Pick a role.
Pick a side.
Exactly. Not to mention you have George Kittle. It'll be so much fun. Keep Trent Williams, protect your rookie, and I think that this is just going to be a ridiculously fun team to watch if they can get their hands on Zach Wilson.
What's kind of funny is you incorporate the second overall pick. You get them going to the Jets. My second one is actually about the second overall pick as well, but it's from the Jets' perspective.
Oh,
Yes, I think that, or my draft day dream, my second one, is the Jets give Darnold a chance
okay.
while also managing to trade out, land Surtain and or Farley, and have enough draft capital to get a receiver and an edge in round 2. And I'm going to tell you how they do it.
Okay, run me through it. I'm
Yeah.
excited.
Okay, so realistically, we're looking at the draft order. 8 or 9 is where this has to happen. Carolina and Denver.
Yes.
They have been very vocal in the Watson thing. Carolina has been vocal with any quarterback that's on the market.
Yeah, it's pretty mean to Teddy.
It is very mean to Teddy, which is why he deserves a new surrounding.
Oh my.
Realistically, we're aiming at Carolina here. Getting up to 2 to get probably Zach Wilson, maybe Justin Fields.
I'd say Justin Fields for them, just
I would
based
too.
off their history.
I would too, but I trust Zach Wilson to be the starter day 1 more.
I think Zach Wilson and Christian McCaffrey look enough alike that would be very creepy and hilarious in the locker room.
It'd just be confusing on billboards. But
Exactly.
regardless, the trade that I have laid out
Twinning.
would be Carolina giving up a 7th, an extra first, and 3 seconds, because the second overall pick is super valuable. Look at what it cost Washington to get up to RG3 as well. But the extra second comes from taking on the $20 million owed or whatever it is to one Teddy Bridgewater. Now you have competition for Darnold that is
Okay.
not a threat to take his gig.
I think it is.
Well,
I think Teddy is just as good, if not better, than Darnold.
but if he enters the building and Saleh already thinks that Darnold's his guy, it's a competition without being a competition.
But if he just completely outplays him, which I believe he's more than capable.
We've seen that happen where quarterbacks get outplayed in camps all the time and don't get benched.
Yeah, well, I guess Ryan Fitzpatrick and Tua.
Yeah, exactly. But then at 8 or 9, whichever has to happen here, I'm gonna roll with 8. You can pick Surtain or Farley,
Yes.
giving you a pretty strong starting point for your secondary.
Mhm.
Now that you have 2 seconds this year, at 34, you can take whatever the best receiver is, which one, if not multiple, of Rashad Bateman, Kadarius Toney, Terrace Marshall, Nico Collins, Rondale Moore. One of them is going to have to be there. Most likely three of those guys.
I like Bateman there.
Yeah, Bateman. If Bateman doesn't go in the first, which he's kind of my Justin Jefferson guy this year, but if he doesn't go in the first, you take him at 34 every day of the week. And then at Carolina's next pick, you can still probably get your hands on Jason Away or Carlos Basham. One of the Miami boys is bound to fall, Azeez Ojulari. There's so much opportunity there. You're getting somebody to help on the rush. You're getting that figure that you missed the boat on with Josh Allen from, it's not Wyoming Josh Allen, it's the edge rusher. Kentucky. There you go. Kentucky Josh Allen.
Kentucky Josh Allen.
You're getting that guy, or at least somebody who could stand in that role. You're getting a receiver for Darnold, and in round 3, you can get somebody to help protect him.
Yeah, getting one of those younger guys to go across from Jordan Jenkins, they tried with Jonathan Greenard.
Mm-hmm.
Then again, Greenard had absolutely no playing time, so
And
they frankly didn't even try him.
He was a low tier draft.
He was a low tier draft pick, but
Yeah.
you suck. Give him a shot.
Fair.
That being said, I think Oweh would be cool. I think Boogie Basham would be a really nice fit across from him. Get a little bit of that run stopping, that's really all Jordan Jenkins does. Regardless. I like this one. That's cool. You're rebuilding the Jets in 3 picks.
Yes.
It's amazing.
Yeah, instead of going all in, shifting just the quarterback, I think you build the team around the quarterback you got now, and if it doesn't work, you pull him out next year and you put Sam Howell in, or you put Keaton Slovis in, or whoever you're in love with. There's just so much more opportunity.
You put together quite the dream situation. I hope the Jets are watching.
Yes. Yeah,
because that's a money idea.
Joe Douglas, don't forget to credit me if that goes down.
If that goes down, I'll cry.
Watch it be those picks too. Watch them take Farley, and then at 34 they take Bateman, and then it's like 41 or something for Carolina they take.
Bash him away. Name an edge that falls.
Ojulari.
Quincy.
Yeah.
You know, even though he's probably a 3rd rounder now, since I think he's just falling another pick every day.
Yeah, it's just every day he wakes up and his stock's just a little bit lower.
It's like, what's happening? I haven't even said anything.
But now that we've got the Jets fans on board, Topher, go ahead and introduce us to your second one.
The Jags take Freiermuth at 25.
Oh, okay. I thought you were about to pitch that the Jags take somebody not named Trevor Lawrence at 1.
No, Trevor Lawrence is already going to be on the team when they make this pick.
I got scared. I just heard the Jags take.
He'll actually have been on the Jets for a whole 24 Jags for a whole 24 picks before this actually happens.
Yeah. Go ahead with what's your justification for Freiermuth there?
Rookies love tight ends.
Yes.
They have big, massive targets that they can just throw alley-oops to in the end zone. Yeah. And Freiermuth hits that role. If they don't want to pass the ball to him, the guy is a 3rd tackle. He's massive.
Yeah, he really is.
He's perfect for your rookie quarterback. Keep him safe. You don't have any other offensive linemen. You might as well draft a tight end that can take their spots. So you know what? Freiermuth to 25 makes a lot of sense for the Jags. He's going to be a good target. I think that maybe he's not nearly as athletic. I'm looking at this comp now, and it makes a lot less sense. But it's going to be like, Jimmy to Kittle, except the more exciting player is going to be Trevor.
Yeah, the quarterback in that situation.
Yeah, imagine if Trevor's Kittle and Freiermuth's Jimmy. Because honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Trevor Lawrence is faster than Freiermuth.
I would put it almost like a comp of had Dallas Goedert played with the MVP Wentz.
Ooh.
Because that is actually my ceiling comp for Freiermuth.
Goddard?
Yes, they play very similar styles of ball. And I know we haven't really seen the full extent of Goddard's potential yet, but I really like what I saw last year.
He was outstanding.
And if he can play in that similar ballpark, I think that could be a really
good. Freiermuth might be a slightly better blocker.
Okay.
But I do love the comp.
Yeah.
But I also think Goddard might be a better receiver. So I think it's definitely comparable. They fall within the same realm of each other.
Yeah, it's just a half step for the other both way.
I think it'll be fun. I honestly believe Freiermuth might be able to just turn himself into just the number 1 receiver. Because DJ Chark, I think, has hit his peak. I think this is as good as he's getting. He's going to be a tall, deep threat. He is what Brashad Perriman should have been.
Yes.
Laviska
Shenault's there.
Laviska Shenault. That's what I was thinking of. Conley, is he still there? Conley?
I think.
Chris Conley.
Didi's a free agent.
Yeah, I was gonna ask. That's what I was thinking when you said Shenault. I was like, is Didi still there?
Didi's
they don't have receivers. Freiermuth can take over that number 1 spot for them. He can be the Kittle to Lawrence's Mahomes.
Yeah,
not that these are comps.
No,
don't take that as literally as I meant it. I just mean that's a team where the number 1 receiver is the tight end.
Yeah.
Don't cancel me.
Yes. Yeah, that's
Not trying to steal your Chiefs fans.
Trevor Lawrence is not Patrick Mahomes, and Freiermuth is definitely not Travis Kelce.
Likely never be Kelce.
No, that man's built different. But it's funny that you mentioned that Freiermuth would become the wide receiver one there, because a lot of teams are going to be looking for their wide receiver ones, which is what leads in to my my third take.
What's that?
The first wide receiver will not go off the board until Philadelphia or later.
Wait, is this a dream or is
Yes.
this a prediction?
No, this is a dream, because I'll explain it. It worries me for Miami and Cincinnati for them to have the rumors around it.
Okay.
Why, whenever, for one, in Cincy, you've got a quarterback that you just spent the first overall pick on last year, was being fed to the wolves.
Yes,
And you're going to have definitely Rashawn Slater there, or Darisaw. You might not have Sewell, but he could fall into that pool. There's options. Or you can draft back and get one of these guys a little bit later. Why would you go receiver? You have Boyd, you have Higgins.
Off the board, I have a dream that Cincinnati does trade back and try to get a later tackle.
Yeah.
Not Rashawn Slater.
Please
move
Cosme.
Jonah Williams to guard.
I know you like Cosme.
I do like Cosme.
But that one doesn't make any sense to me. Miami, you have money. Just go get some in free agency. Use your third overall pick on somebody that isn't a receiver. Like you can get another tackle. Move Austin Jackson to the other side and put Sewell there. And then I've seen some stuff about the Jets taking a receiver at 2. If they do that, I'd lose my mind. There's so much value.
Wasn't Stephen A. like, hey, the Jets should totally take Devonta Smith at 2?
I think so.
That was Stephen A.
I would go.
Stephen A., the sports analyst, said take Devonta Smith at 2.
I would go insane. The value of that pick is so high that's also what the team would have to be to not trade it out if you're not going to take a quarterback.
Here's my thing. They're saying take Devonta Smith at 2. Devonta Smith isn't like any analyst's number 1 receiver.
No, everybody loves Jamar.
And frankly, Jamar isn't my number 1 receiver either.
I'm a Waddle
For
guy.
some reason, Waddle isn't the one being talked about going earlier.
Because of the injury. When you saw them together, when you saw Smith and Waddle together, Waddle was the better player.
Yes, just Smith blew up, destroyed college football forever, just completely redid the position of receiver, and broke everyone's brain.
All while being built like the main character from Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
Exactly. I couldn't have said that better myself.
It's just, it frustrates me. But Philly, they're a team that needs a receiver, and I'll admit to that every other week.
They can take any of those 3, and it'll be an upgrade immediately. And that guy will be their number 1.
I think you have to do Chase or Smith because you just drafted Rager.
Yes, you can't
Waddle
take
and Ray.
You can't take another Rager.
Unless you're just really, really trying to beat Kansas City, which I can't blame you for if you are. But Hurts is the wrong guy to start with.
Just take Rondale Moore at 6 at that point.
Yeah.
Seriously,
No, because
if you're trying to be KC, take Rondale Moore at 6. And you know what? I just feel like it'll work out.
Yeah, Rondale Moore is somebody who gets a lot of love from us here, but those teams that I mentioned earlier, the 2nd, 3rd, and 5th picks respectively, you're going to have, like I mentioned earlier, you're going to have just a ton of talented receivers available in day 2 and day 3. Why take one with your premier pick?
Yeah, there's no real good explanation for that. Not to mention Juju's hitting free agency. Try to take him.
Yeah.
At least you know he has good hands.
Juju, Corey Davis, one of Galladay and Aaron Robinson.
Yeah, someone's hitting free agency out of those 2.
Marvin Jones. Tim Patrick, maybe. There's a lot.
Hey guys, Sherhan Sanu is still floating around.
Curtis Samuel.
I don't think he retired yet.
No, he hasn't.
Sherhan Sanu.
Or Curtis Samuel if you're trying to get a burner.
If you're trying to be KC.
Mm-hmm. John Ross, if you want to give that a go.
Yeah, we can pretend he still has ability to be a receiver.
I want to see somebody give him a chance.
So do I. KC.
Washington.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
We need a slot guy. But go ahead. I've gotten all my 3 out of the way. And you mentioned this one being something that might cause me some stress. So I want you to go ahead and unveil it.
Would it really be an NFL draft if the Seahawks didn't make an awful defensive selection in the first round?
Oh, no. Oh, no. Who's it going to be?
The Seattle Seahawks will trade into the first round at 31.
Okay. KC.
Yes, Kansas City. Or anywhere. Honestly,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter where they trade it.
In that range.
That's just who I kind of expect to trade out because why not?
What do they need?
Exactly. And they will select Gregory Rousseau.
Okay. Not quite the reach that we're used to from them.
It's not a reach, but it makes absolutely no sense. He'd be an awful scheme fit. But they also took LJ Collier. Last year, they took Jordan Brooks in the first round.
Yeah.
Is it a reach? Not necessarily. But why would you take Greg Rousseau? But this is a dream. I want to see Greg Rousseau on Seattle and just have him do nothing because they don't have a scheme that would actually support anything that he does.
It would literally just be the Jadeveon
just-
Clowney situation.
But I feel like this would just break the draft again. Like Jordan Brooks still in the first round. Like everyone was like, okay, you know what? This is pretty on par for them.
When you said that they were going to trade in, I thought you were about to say they'd take Davion Nixon or something.
I was going to do that, but I was like, that would make more sense than Greg Rousseau.
Just somebody that was going to absolutely frustrate me. Just sit there with my.
I thought this was funnier.
I do. I do actually like the idea of them doing it because it is so Seattle.
It's so Seattle. It's just the most Seattle thing I could think of. Because Davion Nixon is probably who they're going to take. I have a feeling that they're going to trade into the first for Davion Nixon. Like, when I thought of this, I was like, yeah, Seattle's probably going to trade into the first and reach on a defensive player. But then I was like, what if they didn't reach and just took Gregory Rousseau instead? And then I started just laughing to myself, and he was looking at me like I was insane.
Yes, very much so.
Because I was just sitting in. I have a lawn chair in my room because I'm mean, and I was typing, and I thought of this, and I started giggling. And he kind of looked over at me, and I'm not sure if he noticed that I saw him, but he just kind of looked at me like, "Why am I here?" And for good reason, because I was thinking, hey, Seattle should take Gregory Rousseau.
You know who's kind of become my new favorite if they were to trade in? Because I've thought about, like, who are they going to reach on this year? I've come around on if they end up picking on the first round, I could definitely see them drafting Sean Wade and making him stay at corner. Because he's a safety. He needs to be a safety in the NFL.
I agree with that. I do think he's a safety. I think he's a free safety that would frankly slide down into the slot pretty often.
Yeah.
Just as a cover guy or just cover like more in the middle of the field, be a small sub linebacker, but frankly just stay at corner.
Yeah.
But I do think he's going to be a safety that runs a lot of man coverage.
And if he's a safety in the NFL, he could end up being the best safety in this draft class.
Probably. This is not a heavy safety class,
No.
and I still like Richie LeCount.
Yeah, you like Rich LeCount. I've got most of my eggs in Javon Holland.
Yes.
Yeah.
Honorable mention. Chiefs take Rondell Moore at 31.
Yes. Rod, that is a draft day dream.
that's a draft day dream.
That's a draft day dream that we've gotten to talk a little bit about on the mock draft.
I've come to the conclusion that Rondell Moore is just fast Randall Cobb, or at least when Randall Cobb was good. But yes, he's fast Randall Cobb. Is Randall Cobb still in the league?
I don't know.
He's not in Madden.
Then he's probably not.
Just gonna throw it out there. He's just gone.
If he's not in Madden, then he's definitely not on a roster.
He's gone.
Yeah.
He's MIA.
Maybe he retired, and I just didn't notice.
I'm looking it up. You can do whatever you want with the rest of the show. I'm looking up if Randall Cobb is still a person.
I'm gonna go ahead and give the sign up then while you do that. Appreciate you guys for watching. If you missed the announcement last time, we have it on TikTok. You can go check that out. It'll be linked below. We've got articles up on Discuss the Game that you can go read as well. But as always, I'm Jackson McCarty.
And Randall Cobb is still on the Texans.
We'll see you guys next time.
Please show me a better